Family Guy funny moments is like kind of a bit of a meme, like just the phrase Family Guy funny moments, because it's always been like a big trend for people to compile their favourite funny moments from Family Guy and then post compilations of them to YouTube. And with Family Guy being, you know, a funny show and also having like 400 plus episodes, there is plenty of funny moments for these videos. Now this is all well and good, but recently something weird has begun happening. Well, begun happening again, it's not actually the first time, but I'll get into that. So, tens of thousands of people have begun being recommended these weird Family Guy compilation videos that are always titled like No Zoom, Family Guy Funniest Moments, Compilation, No Ads, Try Not to Laugh Challenge, or No Zoom, No Cuts, Family Guy Season X, Episode Y, Family Guy Full Episodes, No Cuts, hashtag 1080p, or something similar. And sometimes the episode in the title doesn't even exist, like Season 24, Episode 55. Season 24 doesn't have 55 episodes. No season does. Now I'm sure you're all aware of what no ads means in the title, but some of you are probably unaware of what no zoom or no cuts is referring to. The no zoom essentially means the footage doesn't zoom in at all, as lots of Family Guy funny moments compilations in the past would randomly zoom in on the footage throughout the video in order to sort of skirt around the copyright system and make it harder for the content ID bot to pick up on the copyrighted material in the video. And the no cuts is the same, only for cuts, as previous videos would feature random splices as a means of skirting copyright restrictions. Now, what's strange about these specific types of Family Guy compilations is that, one, they are really long. The average normal Family Guy funny moments compilation is like 10 minutes to half an hour, but these can be anywhere from 40 hours to 96 hours. That's genuinely 4 fucking days, which is equivalent to 261 full episodes of the show. A video like this would realistically take probably days to render, given the length and the fact they are actually in 1080p. My Simpsons iceberg I recently did is 3 hours 20 minutes long and is admittedly in 8K, which would make the rendering time longer, but that took 14 hours to render. And these videos probably have a similar sort of editing timeline as my iceberg, since they'll just be Family Guy moments put together, and my iceberg video was rendered in parts, and then the parts were put together for the final full thing. This brings me on to the next strange thing, which is that somehow, despite how long this should take to render, these videos are being pumped out like 4 or 5 times a day, which realistically is humanly impossible for someone to do. Not even accounting for rendering time, a human would not be able to source and splice together 96 hours of Family Guy every like 5 hours, and also do stuff like eat or sleep. These videos' thumbnails are also mostly quite clickbaity. Like either some absurd crazy shit will be happening in them, like this one where a buff Peter is fighting a buff SpongeBob in the kitchen as buff Stewie watches, or they'll just be sexual, like this one, which features censored Rule 34 of Lois. And they're also like incredibly saturated. They just like went in there and turned the saturation up to the max. And you know, all of this are very effective clickbait methods. Okay, now let's get on to what I find most interesting about these videos. So, backstory as to how I found these videos in the first place. One day, specifically 1:36 AM on Saturday, April 18th, I was just on YouTube looking at my homepage when this video came into my recommended. It has the exact title I mentioned earlier, and it caught my and clearly many others' eye due to its length. This was a 45-hour long video, so naturally I clicked on it purely out of curiosity, and I expected to find maybe just some like heavily edited clips of Family Guy with speeding up, flipping, cropping and zooming and stuff, but I was shocked to find that the video was just 45 hours of unedited HD Family Guy footage. And not only that, it was multiple entire episodes of the show, only with the intro, credits, and a few scenes here and there cut. Somehow, someone was able to upload 40 hours of entire episodes of Family Guy in HD, and it wasn't copyright claimed. That seems pretty weird, right? YouTube's content ID is pretty strict, far too strict actually. For example, 2 days ago I saw a post from The Simpsons Theory about how she's had to re-edit a new Simpsons video 15 times because the copyright bot keeps blocking it. The Simpsons is also a Fox show, like Family Guy. So this video, which would be fair use and also doesn't use entire episodes, got blocked 15 times. Yet, somehow, these 40-hour Family Guy videos weren't picked up on. And it's not like it's because they're from small channels either. It's a bot, like it scans every video for copyright, so it can't have possibly missed this. Naturally, from here, I was kinda left with more questions than answers. So I dove deeper. I checked who uploaded this video to see if they'd done any other similar stuff. And the channel that posted this specific one was Xiaobonba, which is seemingly just a pretty normal channel that has nothing to do with Family Guy at all. Looking at the channel and the videos, it seems it's owned by some Vietnamese gentleman, who up until like a day ago was just posting random videos of his day-to-day life that were, as you'd expect, entirely in Vietnamese. But then, after not posting for 2 months, he, I guess, decided to come back and instead of vlogging his life, start posting massive compilations of Family Guy episodes. So after this, I was once again just left more confused. It seems pretty clear that whoever uploaded this video is not the guy who owns the Xiaobonbao channel. The channel was quite obviously hacked by someone who began mass uploading these videos. So after I realized that, I began to wonder, well, if it happened to my guy Zhao here, then who else has this happened to? So naturally what I did was I looked up Family Guy funny moments on YouTube and then filtered by videos posted this past week. And that's when I stumbled across just a gold mine of huge Family Guy compilations. There are hundreds of these things, all with similar titles across hundreds of different channels. I also found that the same thing was being done with American Dad and a similar thing was being done with The Simpsons. And checking each channel, it's clear they're all compromised accounts. Like we have this one that was previously posting PUBG videos that were in Spanish.
Gracias.
And weirdly, these pre-hacked PUBG videos have now seemingly had their titles changed to be titled like random food tutorial videos for some reason, which is a trend happening across multiple of these channels. Videos are just given like generic titles that don't relate to the actual video itself for whatever reason, which includes some of these Family Guy videos somehow. Moving on to other channels, we have this one that has 300,000 subscribers and was previously posting videos in Arabic of what I think is like schoolwork. I think these are revision videos in Arabic, but I'll be honest, it's a little hard to tell given, well, I don't speak Arabic. And then we have this one that was previously posting Fortnite gameplay, just to name a few. So what we now know is that these videos are being mass uploaded by what is presumably some kind of bot that I'm guessing is able to hack accounts via some method and then just pumps out these videos. And what's especially interesting is that this is not even the first time pretty much this exact thing has happened. It's been happening for like years on and off. I mean, in 2023, YouTuber Timeworks made a video on basically this exact same thing I'm talking about now, with hacked accounts posting Family Guy clips. Only back then, they were just clips as opposed to full episodes, and were like 2 hours long rather than 2 days long. This current thing I'm talking about seems to be on a larger scale than anything before. I mean, I've also been recommended tweets about these videos, and I've been recommended multiple of them on YouTube, which in the past hadn't happened. Also, I mean, the length of these is absurd. I've never seen anything like that. All the ones I've been recommended in the past were a couple hours at most, and were not full episodes. The older Family Guy Funny Moments videos were just, moments, and were often heavily edited to avoid detection. So this is a whole new kind of crazy thing here. So now we're left with 3 big questions, being who is doing this, how are they doing this, and why are they doing it? The second and third ones are probably the easier ones to not necessarily answer, but to at least theorize about, so let's start with those. First off, the how. How are they, 1, able to create these videos, and 2, how are they accessing these accounts? Well, the videos, interestingly, aren't all original. In my search into this, I found that the exact same compilations of episodes are being posted numerous times to different channels. So basically, there's probably like 20 of these different videos that already have been made that are then just uploaded randomly to each new account, rather than them making each one individually, which makes sense. So then, moving on, how do they gain access to these accounts? Well, they could be hacked, which was my first thought, or alternatively, they might actually be bought. So looking at these accounts, all the ones I saw had over 1,000 subs, some even having up to 1 million. And if you don't know, the YouTube requirement for monetization is 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. I bring this up because there are sites out there that allow users to purchase already monetized YouTube channels, and looking at some of these channels, they do look bought rather than hacked, as most of them stopped uploading their original content months ago, before turning into a Family Guy channel. So maybe the original creators just got tired of making videos, and instead of just quitting, they decided to sell off the channel, since it was at a decent size and they were no longer using it. I mean, I find this specific one interesting, Fuser TV, because it originally was made in 2006, and then in 2025 began posting soothing music compilations. So maybe someone bought it in 2025 to post this stuff, because another selling point for an account can actually be its OG-ness. Is that a word? It's age, basically. Like, people will pay money for a 2006 join date, so it could have also been for sale. And I did find other channels that are part of this that have early join dates. Now, interestingly, it only posted 2 of these music videos that we know of, as it then pivoted a few months later to AI slop celebrity gossip videos. So it seems like the channel was maybe sold, and someone else took over to post these. And this then also stopped 4 months ago, where they then pivoted to Family Guy compilations. So it seems like the channel could have been sold multiple times maybe. So basically these channels are seemingly either hacked or sold. Personally, I'm leaning more towards hacked, but like, who knows really. Anyway, so the next question is how? How are they getting away with this? And I actually think I might have solved it. Naturally, since these are all entirely unedited, copyrighted content, you'd assume these would be taken down. And well, they actually are eventually. Eventually, after a while, the bots kick in and these videos get removed. But how is it that they stay up for so long? Well, I think it's to do with the length of the content. You see, when you upload a video to YouTube, it has to not only upload on your end, but be processed and checked on YouTube's end, which can take a while, sometimes even for shorter videos. Recently, some videos I've posted have been taking ages to process, but interestingly, you are able to set the videos public before the checks and processing finish. So the video will be available on YouTube, but maybe just in a lesser quality than it should be for a little while, whilst the checks are being done. So my theory is that the length of these videos is causing YouTube's system to take really long to check and process them, like days maybe. So that could be how these are able to stay up for a few days before being taken down, because the bot is too slow. Okay, so then why is this happening? What's the motive? Well, naturally, your first guess for that would be money, right? Like the only explanation for this would be, oh right, they're doing it for money. And on the surface, that makes sense, I guess. I mean, someone could be purchasing monetized accounts, linking them to their AdSense account, pumping out these videos full of mid-rolls and then profiting. And even though these videos are always eventually taken down and the channels get removed, I mean, that first Vietnamese one I saw is now completely gone, they would still profit since YouTube doesn't take away the money you already earn even when the video is removed. And also, there is a huge amount of these anyway. So it's just kind of like, you know, you can cut off the Hydra's head, but it'll just grow back anyway. And these videos have like tens of thousands of views, and they're really long. Longer videos on YouTube make so much more money than short videos, obviously, because the longer the video, the more ads that will be in it. And I mean, as has been established, lots of these channels are seemingly over the threshold for monetization and therefore are likely monetized. And so I pulled up one of these videos in an incognito window, and sure enough, I saw an ad. Damn, can't believe they lied when they said no ads in the title. So they're monetized, presumably. They could also be claimed, however, which is a little different to being copyright blocked, as the video can still be up when claimed, except it'll just be blocked in a few countries maybe, and also it'll have ads on it, but the money from the ads goes to the owner of the copyrighted content, and the uploader generally won't make money from it. This has happened to me before. My South Park iceberg, when I uploaded it, got copyright claimed, so was ineligible for monetization. But I could have still posted it at that point if I wanted to. It would just still have ads on it, but the money would have went to Paramount. If you're curious, I cut like the 20-second clip and the claim vanished and I was able to monetize it. But also, like, if they were claimed in any way, they'd surely be blocked outright by the system rather than just claimed. They're full episodes, not just a clip like in my case. Also, it'd disprove the processing theory. Now, if they are claimed and this ad money is going to Fox, then maybe there's some kind of scam going on to make money. Some kind of sketchy link on the channel. And once again, just no. Most of these channels have no links to anything of any kind. In fact, all their descriptions are seemingly from the original owners of the channel still and haven't been changed. So if there is some kind of scam going on, it's a shit one because I'm actively looking for essentially how to get scammed and I'm finding nothing. So yeah, fortunately, this doesn't seem to relate to any kind of scam, which is good. So maybe some guy out there just really loves Family Guy and wants people to be able to watch it on YouTube and is super dedicated to doing that through these pretty sketchy means of either hacking or purchasing channels to post Family Guy content. My final idea for what this could be for is that maybe something is hidden somewhere in these videos. Like, they're so insanely long that maybe around 68 hours in, there's some hidden thing in there that someone would only find if they went looking for it and knew where it was. I mean, there's been stuff hidden in Family Guy videos in the past, and there's also been weird shit hidden in similar kind of compilation videos of things in the past also. Like, a few months ago, people began noticing that some channels were uploading giant compilations of videos from the YouTube channel SML, and in them, like hours in them, creepy stuff or weird AI footage was hidden. However, this is just a pure speculation, and I'm sorry, but I couldn't be asked to look through a literal 4-day video to check for anything off. So then, finally, who is behind this? Well, it's impossible to know, really. I mean, what I will say is that this isn't being done by a human. It's almost certainly a bot that gets these accounts and then automatically uploads these videos to the accounts, and presumably is also linking it to the person behind this AdSense account. Now, as for who the guy or girl, either gender could be behind this, is, well, who knows. Anyway, in conclusion, you can currently just watch full episodes of Family Guy on YouTube, so, you know, go do that if you want to. And that concludes my look into this weird Family Guy rabbit hole. If you enjoyed, like and subscribe so I can get 1 billion subscribers, and also check out Our Stupid School. It's a show I made and I'm in. Also, I'm I'm on Cameo for only $5, and I have a second and third channel. Bye.